All right, welcome back, seniors. We're going to jump into week 2, go over your agenda and your assignments for the week to make sure that you are good to go. This week is going to be all about getting you ready for scholarships and college applications, because that's what we're going to be focused on. So when we meet on Monday in the check-in meeting, I'm going to go over these things as well to answer your questions about them, but I want to make sure that you're completely set up for the college application and scholarship process, because that's pretty much our main goal from now through November, is to get your college applications done, to get your scholarships rolling. I know you might be like, that's two things at once, but a lot of the stuff that you use for college applications, you could probably use on scholarships, or at least modify them a little bit. And so this will be kind of the two things that we do. Scholarships are going to become more and more and more and more of a thing. And then we're going to fill the FAFSA out in November, starting in November, and that'll get turned in January. And that is going to be where we start talking about money all the time and getting you ready. And then come spring, we'll start looking at what colleges you got accepted into, and you get to choose between those, get your financial aid set, and then you start planning to graduate and get the heck out of here. That's how it rolls. All right, so let's go into this week. I know, a little scary, but that's okay. It's going to be all right. All right, so here we are in the notebook. Week 2, the meeting is 11 a.m. Again, you're going to check into both meetings this week, both Monday and Wednesday. But Wednesday, you just got to come in, write something in the chat, and then you can bounce. But Monday is all about seniors, so make sure you stay the whole time. Again, scholarship review, college applications, and list for college applications. I'll get into that. This video will be right here, as you know. Make sure you get those class plans done. We started those last week. Get all those done this week for all 6 classes. The majority of the work this week is you're going to create 2 files and you're going to do a bunch of screenshots. And that's pretty much it. It's just getting you set up and ready to rock. So assignment number 1, good old friend, fastweb.com. We did this when you were in 10th grade, sets you up with that account. You're going to go in and log in. Make sure you know how to log in. Hopefully you've been checking that. And you're going to check your account, check your profile, and then 2 major things you want to make sure to do is go, once you get into your profile, click on the little tab at the center that says student profile. I'm going to show you how to do this in the check-in meeting. And make sure that you've changed your student profile to that you are a high school senior now, and that will open up a lot more scholarships. And below that, it has scholarship needed for. Change that to college freshman. That will open up all the scholarships that will give you money for your first year in college or any years after. And so, but if you leave both of those as high school senior, then they're only going to give you money. It's only going to give you scholarships that you can get this year and use the money this year. You don't want the money for this year. You want the money for college. So you want to change that second one to college freshman. That's a big deal, because when I had them both as senior, I only got like 11 scholarships. But when I changed the second one to college freshman, it turned into like 24 scholarships or something like that. So that's a big deal. You'll take 2 screenshots here. You'll take a screenshot of the totals up at the top, and then you'll go look at the list of scholarships, and you'll take a screenshot of those lists. The directions are all right here. Okay, and I'll show you this on the check-in meeting. All right, assignment number 2. Again, back in 10th grade, I showed you that there was another spot to get scholarships. The Castle Park Counseling Center has a page. It's on our website. Go to students, go to the Counseling Center. At the bottom, it'll have scholarship info, and it'll have the scholarship packet. That we actually went over in 10th grade. I don't know if you remember that, but we went over and it talked about personal statements, letters of rec, things like that. And then the bulletin we looked at, but back then when we looked at it, it was all senior scholarships, so we didn't really worry about it. Well, now you're a senior, so all those scholarships are going to be available to you. And these are scholarships that are specific to either the Chula Vista area or to Castle Park students specifically. And as I wrote down here, if you think about it, like, okay, if it's open up to the whole Chula Vista area, then obviously you're going to be competing against like Hilltop, Montgomery, Chula, students from all those schools. But if it's a Castle Park only scholarship, think of who you're competing against. It's just you and the IB. And I know you might think, well, the IB students, blah, blah, blah. Well, not always. Not all scholarships want to give their money to just the student with the best grades or in the highest program. They want to give it to a whole assortment of people. And so those scholarships, you have a good chance of getting those, but you got to do the work. You got to apply. You got to submit all your materials. Okay, so go check that out. Once you get into that bulletin, you will take a screenshot of that. That you'll turn into Jupiter this week. Then I'm going to have you create either a file or on a piece of paper. Again, it depends on your organizational system. Do you like to keep things on the computer? Do you like to keep things on pieces of paper? I will say that for scholarships and for college applications, you're going to do a lot of copying and pasting, and that makes things go a little faster. So computer might be the best way to go, but you don't have to use the computer. You're more than welcome to use paper. But I just want to point that out. That's probably going to be happening. We'll go over the scholarship name, the amount that you could get from the scholarship, like $1,000, $500, $2,000, whatever it is. The platform. So is this like, is this something you got through the counseling center? Is this on FastWeb? Is this somewhere else that you got this? Just so you know where to go find the directions and the information. List the things that you need to do, like I need to do a personal statement. I need to write an essay. I need to submit photos. I need to submit my grades. Whatever they're asking, you're going to make a list. That's like a to-do list for each scholarship. And then, of course, when is this all got to be turned in by? All right, so you're going to make the blank file now, this week. You're going to submit the blank file to me in Jupiter, just so I know that you have it, whether it's a file on the computer or a picture of a piece of paper. And then you're going to start filling it in as scholarships start to come up. All right. All right, assignment 4 and 5 are about college applications. Again, this is from last year. The UC system, the CSU system, the Common App system. I don't know if a lot of you did Common App and CSU because a lot of you towards the end of last year just kind of like faded away because you're like, my grade doesn't really matter. It don't care. And these are the things we were doing at the end of AVID last year in junior year. So here's what you need to do. You need to go into each of these 3 systems. You need to make sure you have an account for each of these systems. You're going to take a screenshot once you get to the home page after you've logged in of the UC system, a screenshot of the CSU system, and a screenshot of the Common App. And I want to make sure that you're in all 3. Maybe you don't apply to colleges in 1 or 2 of these. That's fine. But I just want to make sure that you have access to all 3 and you understand what each of those are. Okay? So it's 3 screenshots there. And then the last assignment, which actually should be number 5, is, again, just like with scholarships, we're going to make a blank document to keep track of this stuff for our college applications. Again, you can create it on the computer or a piece of paper, totally up to you. And you're going to make it like this: college university, application platform. Again, is this a Common App application? Is this a UC application? Is this a CSU application? And maybe it's just an application that you have to submit directly to that school. So you would put that in there too. When is the deadline? What things do you need to gather? Do you need letters of rec? Do you need a personal statement? Do you need your grades? Probably going to need all that stuff for just about everything, but there might be special ones in there. Like there were like statements about religion for some of the Christian schools. Just anything that they list, you want to make sure to have a to-do list right here of all the stuff you need to get to submit. It's nice because then when you go into that college and do the application, you can say, got it, got it, got it, got it, and just boom, 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 add it, submit, and then go to the next college. Boom, 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 submit. Application fees. All right, we've talked about this. Not all colleges and universities are free to just apply. Some of them have like $35, $50, $20. We noticed that the UC system allowed you to apply to 3 schools for free. And then any school after that, I think you had to pay like $60 per school. So list those fees because I'm telling you, you know, when it comes time to submit your application, they're going to ask you for either a credit card or a check or something like that. And if you don't have that kind of stuff ready to go, if you haven't talked to mom and dad about that stuff, you know, you don't want to have to do it the night that it's due and then walk into mom's room while she's sleeping and go, hey, by the way, I need your credit card real quick. That's not going to go over well. So make sure that you don't get yourself in that position. And then the notes section is just anything that's not covered here that you want to make a note of, you want to remember for these particular colleges, and that'll be for you. Okay. So Not a lot of work this week, but boy, it's a lot of getting ready. And I hope you're going to be ready for this stuff. We're going to talk on Monday about all these things. If you have some extra time this week, start looking at those college lists. Next week is all about putting together the list of actual colleges that you're actually going to apply to and starting to gather the information on each one to fill out this right here. As far as the scholarships, I'm not pushing scholarships on you at this point, but by the end of this semester, so by the time we get to December, you're going to have to have applied to at least 3 different scholarships. Now, if you want to just take it on right now and apply to 3 right now and ask me how to capture the evidence that says you applied, you can do that now. Or you could wait until the college applications are done and you can apply in like November or December. It's totally up to you. But I just want to put it on your radar. You're going to be applying to 3 scholarships at least this semester. And then next semester, you're going to be applying to at least 3 to 5. I don't know. I'm still deciding on that one. We'll see how it goes. Okay? So scholarships are kind of secondary right now. College applications are number 1. But don't forget about scholarships. Okay? You don't want to get into Harvard and realize, oh my gosh, how am I going to pay for this? Okay, you don't want that to happen. And so that's it. Again, check-in meeting is on Monday, and we'll see you guys there. Have a good one.